strap in. This will be a good one. Two one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. Here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. This defense for the Saints, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Second down, back to Sanders. And not much there. Maybe a yard up in the 24. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
Staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That worked to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Looking to throw, Young. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. Third down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now back to throw. Finding now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Always got some breathing room. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands to try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss this really sets them back now for second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down and 4, Young firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Panthers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
60 boxes, 60 boxes. 72 more. Check.
They'll run with Sanders. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14. Saints, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. But right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Doctor.
At the 27-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kamara. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Going deep for Hopkins. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
go now. Back to 60.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He completes it to Olave. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back to throw now on first down. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerome Jackson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints have got it back to within a score. Lutz with the extra point. That'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Sanders off the option. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with a tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Young's throw here on target to Hurst. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
And it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Second and 9 now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you can easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taken right around to 44. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Ooh, stink, bro.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is. Because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something is just wrong with the ball or the wind or something is funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
That is taken in by Hurst. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And
come on, bro.
Touchdown, Panthers. DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list as his guys are able to extend their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive and that deep in their own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. Working with his 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And
no.
willing to take a shot out of the pocket. He tucks it and goes down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. They'll look to throw again. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Aaron Siposs out now to punt on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18.
Where's the football?
35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st down throw for Young. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Over the dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's good decision-making right there. Understood down in distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down. And he still had another opportunity to take the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun. It's Young. And that is incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, when not much time, we'll see how they play this. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get them about 5 yards. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll throw now on the final play. Olave holds it in. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly little by little instead of in big chunks.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. 20, 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
A gain of 13 on the play. It's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now Young.
Man, get the
fuck. Hopkins. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the 1st and goal. Now they'll run the option to the short side left.
Man, you crazy as hell, bro. Alright.
It's their quarterback. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Piñeiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get over to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL.
Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 36 yards on the play. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on first
Come on,
and 10.
bro. Damn.
Young loses it. And this is picked up
Nigga
by
just
the
keep
Saints.
running around and shit,
And
bro.
it's a
Nigga ain't
big
fumble one
turnover
time.
there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on
Crazy
EA
as fuck.
Sports.
I thought I was a home team, bro.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. They'll pound it up the middle with Camaro. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right.
Can't even throw it away, bro.
He's taken down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
This is caught. Touchdown. Chris Olave, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
Man, come on, dog. You feel it?
Leads to another, which
Come on,
leads to
bruh.
another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of
pick that
finishing the
kid.
game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
That would be a pretty amazing comeback, but we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
An option handoff given to Sanders. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They go play action. Young. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 22-yard touchdown play. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Lutz with the extra point. And it'll be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way. Touchdown, Carolina! So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line. A comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams? In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and take it.
The Saints take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing here to start the drive. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. to about the 23.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Young here to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, Young. Going deep for Hopkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play.
As Sanders has it poked free. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. What's good on the extra point? And the lead will be cut down to 14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Panthers are going to recover here, and that should be enough to get them to victory. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
18
And Young's going to throw it here. Throwing right, and that's complete. And some room to maneuver. A big play there for Carolina. And even 40 yards. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Panthers, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.